I wanted to tell you, Shimo, about moi. Well, I dated 4 adult babies and had to support them emotionally, financially, in every kind of way. And I just felt like the mom and the dad in the relationship, which is very frustrating. So 4 men that I considered relationships, and 3 of which I felt obligated into. The last person I dated, I actually feel like I picked them, but they're in love with a drug. And I was like, well, I'm in love with you. So it's kind of like an addiction. And this person is a false twin flame. So that was a very frustrating, painful experience to go through. And I did date a woman that was my karma, because she actually was supporting me while I was going through, this alcohol binge of getting blacked out every single night. I'm not even shitting you. Every single night for a whole year. And she was the one taking me out on dates. And so I felt like my karma was getting 4 male relationships that were me taking care of them. And that's what happens, is if you don't take care of yourself, then other people have to, and you kind of want someone to take care of you. I mean, that's what I noticed with her. I was kind of like, oh, I like this, but it wasn't helping either of us. She was just enabling me, and I was enabling these other people. And one of those male relationships was this person would, every time I tried to remove myself from the relationship, this person would threaten the suicide. He would threaten to kill himself. And so I was like, no, I don't want you, as I've already gone through that myself. So I wanted to save him and help him. And then, this went on for 2 years off and on. And I still feel like he couldn't figure out why I couldn't do it. But it's the main reason was because in all of those relationships I had, I felt like I had to become someone that person wanted, and I wasn't being my true authentic self. That's why I wanted to leave. And I don't want to feel like I'm, babysitting someone. That's a very frustrating position to be in, man. And the reason why it's so frustrating for me specifically is because I raised my mom in a huge way, because she grew up with PTSD, which led to depression, and she used sugar to cope with this, because she doesn't want to drink and she doesn't want to smoke. She's she's LDS, so that was kind of what I had to help her through and be her counselor. And because of the sugar, that increases a lot of anxiety in your body, so it made things actually worse. And it will make things worse for people, because sugar refined like that and processed is bleach. They have to bleach it in order to make it refined and processed. So you're eating bleach. That's what happens to your body, is you get very paranoid, you get very anxious. So, a lot of interesting things happened as a child that I thought everyone went through. But, I actually realized now that I decided to fill the role that was not there and be a solid ground for everyone in that household of 6, So my mom, my dad, and then there were 4 kids, and I'm the oldest. And a lot of the elder kids, they do take on a parental role. So I was an adult by the time I was 7 years old, and this bled into my relationships with romantic partners. And my siblings don't even realize how much I sacrificed for them to have a better childhood. My whole experience with, not taking life seriously starts as a child. I was always trying to make my mom laugh and be that light for her, but also it was healing for me to just not care, So get real.